at this time, I would like to invite a very strong woman leader, someone that I would love to consider a mentor, Dr. Ramina.
Honored guests, fellow Americans, good afternoon. My name is Ramina Jaju-Frindridge, and I was asked by the organizers of this event to speak about the recent destruction of the Assyrian monuments in Iraq. I was a little taken back by this topic. After all, considering what's been going on in the Middle East for the past 12 years, I thought surely there are more important things to talk about. You see, I'm a physician here in the Valley, and I took the Hippocratic Oath to help heal people and perhaps even save some lives. In the wake of a genocide, surely a physician would be asked to talk about the countless human lives wasted at the hands of the jihadist terrorists. Quite honestly, I had a burning desire to talk about the killings, the destructions, the bombings of hundreds of churches, the slavery, the rapes, the crucifixions, the torture of innocent Christian human beings, especially children. But I was asked to talk about monuments, bricks and mortar. Then I realized that it is on these bricks and mortar that the history of mankind is written. The Assyrians documented the history for the first time by inventing the cuneiform and by writing on clay tablets. They transformed spoken words into written language. They built the first school, the first university, and the first library. The law was first written and documented by King Hammurabi. The knowledge in medicine, science, architecture, agriculture, astrology, and numerous inventions remained unparalleled for 19 centuries, as their empire covered vast areas, including but not limited to Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. The Assyrians remained in power from 2500 BC to 605 BC. Then, for another 13 centuries, they remained in the region as a geopolitical entity, ruled by foreign powers. Having earned the title of Cradle of Civilization, Assyrians are the indigenous people of Iraq and Syria. Despite the fall of the empire, the Assyrians remained in their homeland. They played a key role in transferring knowledge by translating numerous manuscripts and documents into Greek and Arabic. One of the most important manuscripts that they translated and copied over the centuries you may be familiar with. It is the Holy Bible. A few years ago, I went to Musée du Louvre in Paris, and I spent several hours looking at the Assyrian monuments that were acquired by the French. I have to tell you, the engravings and the statues were simply magnificent. Then I realized that the massive statues were actually replicas. So I told myself perhaps one day I will go to Iraq and see the real thing. But you see, my friends, this will never be, because the jihadist terrorists took sledgehammers and bulldozers to the historic sites, the most important of which was the city of Nimrod, founded by the Assyrian king Shalmaneser in the 13th century BC. The treasures of Nimrod are considered one of the most spectacular finds of the 20th century and are compared with the treasures of King Tut's tomb in Egypt. Some of you may not know, but this wave of destruction and looting actually started in 2003 with the US-led invasion of the region. Numerous rare and unique artifacts have been either stolen or destroyed. The stolen items have been sold to the Western world to help fund terrorist activities. Case example, a pair of gold earrings from Iraq Museum, which was spotted at an auction at Christie's in New York in December of 2008, which would have fetched up to $65,000. had they not been spotted and returned to the Iraqi government. A recent quote from the Oriental Institute of Chicago, where some of the Assyrian monuments reside. Without the past, we cannot understand our present. And without understanding our present, we cannot plan for our future. Mosul's heritage is an important part of the Mesopotamian civilization and the heritage of the world. United Nations proclaimed these lootings an act of war. My fellow Americans, jihadist terrorists are testing our humanity. They are destroying everything. Everything that is logical, intellectual, beautiful, scientific, and kind. They are destroying the cradle of our civilization. I thought for a minute, how would we react if the pyramids and the Sphinx were bombed and destroyed? What if the Great Wall of China was bombed over and over again? What if the Louvre and the British Museum were looted and bombed? What if we witnessed the sledgehammer taken to the statue of David, or the Mona Lisa ripped into pieces? Would we be just as nonchalant? A few years ago, I watched a beautiful movie called The Monuments Men, directed by George Clooney. Based on a true story, the Monuments Men were a World War II platoon tasked by FDR with going into Germany to rescue artistic masterpieces from Nazi thieves and returning them to their rightful owners. An impossible mission with the art trapped behind enemy lines, and with the German army under orders to destroy everything as the Reich fell. The platoon consisted of 7 museum directors, curators, and art historians who were more familiar with Michelangelo than with machine guns. But these few good men were able to prevent the destruction of 1,000 years of culture by risking their lives to protect and defend mankind's great achievements. Where are our monuments men now to protect and defend 7,000 years of culture? My fellow Americans, my friends, we need to be cautious, and we need to understand that the genocide currently perpetrated against the Assyrians, the Christians, and other religious minorities is a telltale sign of what could be awaiting us in the near future. The time to act is now. We must all help. Ethno-religious plurality of the Middle East is the key to its stability. The safety of the world depends on it. A jihadist caliphate cannot be. A safe haven for Assyrians and all religious minorities in their homeland does ensure the safety of the world. Assyrians can no longer be left at the mercy of the weak local governments or militias that could change their policies and tactics at any given moment. Assyrians need international protection, and they need to be equipped with tools to self-preserve. There are ways that you can help. By first consulting your spiritual leaders, then by contacting your local, state, and federal political figures. You see, sadly, most of our politicians have lost their ways. They have lost their souls, and we need to remind them of their humanity. Yes. Regardless of world politics, genocide must be stopped. A friend recently wrote, you do not have to be Assyrian to believe in the Assyrian cause. You simply have to be human. Please help them before they are eradicated completely and their history erased from the face of the earth. I am reminded that the Assyrian community of Arizona is requesting a statue of Lamazu to be erected in the honor of their fallen Christian brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for listening, and God bless you all.
قبلك جون جاري بشمال